Hi everyone, I'm Brendan.
And I'm Karen.
And together we're Fox and Rabbit Designs. We're filming this FlossTube, which is our 6th FlossTube, on Sunday the 22nd of August. First off, well, we need to apologise. We're a week late on this FlossTube. Karen's been really slack. We've been caught up dyeing for shops. I think we've got out almost 1,200 yards of fabric in the last couple of weeks, and we just wanted to knock that off and get that over, and also prepare for Expo, which is next weekend.
Yeah, that's certainly kept us busy as well. We've got the last of the orders being packed up today. I think I've gone through 3 rolls of packing tape already, just making sure all the boxes are secure, so they'll be in the mail first thing in the morning, so we'll be completely up to date, ready for Expo. So so it's been a big couple of weeks for us, getting all that on track. We're all back on track now. All we've got is a couple of shop orders that come in the last couple of days, which will take me a day to get out. And then we're all ready to go. All ready for Expo. And I'm sure you've been seeing on a lot of FlossTubes, all the designs, everyone's in a crazy mad panic for next weekend, including us. We've just been getting the last of our designs done as well. They've come back, some of them, and some of them are still at the model stitches, but they're in the final stages of being finished. So we're cautiously optimistic everything will be okay for next weekend.
Yeah, and we'll show you some of that.
We'll share some of that in a minute.
In a couple of minutes.
First off,
our t-shirts. Yeah, we got some fabulous t-shirts.
We got a lovely surprise in the mail this last week. My t-shirt says, "The only thing keeping me from finishing this cross stitch are the 300 things I want to start." So somebody knows me very well. Yeah,
but I'm working on my PhD. Project's half done.
Which is also very accurate.
Yeah.
And a second one we got was, from the same company, from the same generous people, were these two.
They're the King and Queen of...
King and Queen of cross stitch. We'll wear these ones next week. Next 2 weeks. Big thank you. That's such a generous gift. And that was... Who was that? It was from Akshay.
Well, so Akshay organised it for us.
Yeah.
But Betsy from the Cross Stitch Studio, she has a whole range of t-shirts.
Oh, they're awesome.
And they're beautiful quality cotton t-shirts as well.
Beautiful soft
So
cotton.
we'll put the link up to Betsy's website.
Yeah.
Go and have a look at her t-shirts. There's some amazing ones
there.
All
needlework, all cross stitch
related.
and needlework related, and they're so much fun. If you can't find a t-shirt there in the colour you like, you'd be a very fussy person. So absolutely love it. Green's my favourite colour, so that was awesome. And Bren's is orange. So,
but they actually got orange in specially for me.
Yeah,
they didn't actually carry this colour before.
Yeah, which was Bren was blown away. So thank you so much, Akshay and Betsy. They blew us away. It was lovely to receive that while we're still at lockdown. You know, everything that comes in the mail makes you very happy at the moment. So, and on that topic, we are still in lockdown.
Week 10 now.
Week 10, and counting. Sydney is showing no signs of coming out of lockdown. Thankfully, the one bit of good news this past week, we're about 60 miles or so north of Sydney. But we've been classified in Greater Sydney, which has been included in the lockdown for the last 2.5 months. But this last week, we've been reclassified as regional New South Wales, which is what we should have been all the way along. There's really no cases up here at all. Now, the whole state is in lockdown at the moment, but the good news is the state is due to have its lockdown lifted next Friday, which is the day before Expo starts. It's probably doubtful that the state will be let out then, but possibly the week after. So at least, unlike Sydney, that's looking like a few months.
Yeah, they're looking like being in lockdown till Christmas.
Close to Christmas. Everyone's praying earlier. It just depends on the vaccine rollout. Which way to go, Australia? We are getting our numbers up there. Our percentages are up there. I think the state's over half vaccinated now, and I think in one day there were 300,000 in Sydney. For Australia, that's a huge amount. So. So they're looking at least November, I think, but looks like we're looking like a couple of weeks at the latest. So hopefully next week, but at least hopefully sometime in September, which I can't even tell you. I think, as I said, we would be home doing all this work anyway, but just not to be able to go out and just have lunch or go and sit and read a book at our favourite little spot on the water or something has just been really doing our heads in a bit. So we are very, very happy that we've been reclassified. So
yeah, and just before the lockdown happened,
yes,
we got a new addition to our family.
Yeah.
So we heard that the lockdown was coming, so we actually phoned the breeder to try and see if we could pick up Lily earlier. We'll show you Lily a little bit later. We'll introduce you to Lily. But she's a new little addition to our family,
Yes.
and she's, all these bags you can see under my eyes, she's causing those because I haven't slept in 2 weeks.
She's a little Italian greyhound, and she's from the same breeder as Peaches. I think they're related through their grandmother, but
Fifth cousins or something.
yeah, something like that. So she's been both a joy and a nightmare. As I said, when you're offered something, a blessing, you just take it. It wasn't the greatest timing with us trying to get ready for Expo and get all these shop orders out. Poor Bren, he's been doing the 5 o'clock Iggy scream of death. So getting
3
up,
o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5
She's
o'clock,
getting
6
better
o'clock.
though. She's now 10 weeks old.
Yeah, she lasted till 6 o'clock this morning.
Yeah,
which is
so
good.
she's getting there, but she's at the point, she's just a joy, but she's into everything.
And then she leaves little puddles everywhere.
Oh my goodness, but she's, you can't have I know Peaches was like this, and I'm sure the Whippets were when they were little as well, but geez, you forget, it's been 3 years since Peaches was this little, and I'm sure she was into as many things, but oh my gosh, if it's on the floor, if it's a thread, if it's a pen, if it's a cord, this little one is having fun with it. So yeah, we'll grab Peaches and Lily towards the end, and thankfully they're all in there sleeping at the moment. So let's hope we get to the end of this without the screaming starting. So
Yeah, it's not very likely, but
no, not likely. But yeah, she's growing by the day. Her nose is, the funny thing about Italian greyhounds is when they're puppies, you'd never know they're an Italian greyhound. You'd probably think they're a little chubby fox terrier or something, because she's got, her legs are like this long, and her little snout's just starting to come out. But in the next few weeks, you'll see her every video, I'm sure. So you'll see her metamorphosized into an Italian greyhound over the coming weeks.
yeah, hopefully grow into a nice young lady.
Yeah.
She's not at the moment, she's a monster.
The other fun thing is, look, I mean, given the fact that we've been in this lockdown, which has been ghastly, we have had we had a lovely interview this week with Becca from Sanbury Stitches. So that was a thrill when we were asked to do her interview with a FlossTuber. We did that, I think, about Wednesday this week. And that was just bags of fun. I believe that's going to be airing Monday our time, Sunday in the Northern Hemisphere. So
Yeah, about
have
the
a look
same
at,
time this FlossTube will
yeah,
go up.
probably. So that's Sanbury Stitches. Big shout out to Becca. We had so much fun. Brett and I are a little nervous. When you speak to people you've never spoken to before, you're sort of a little bit nervous. I talked a lot, of course. I always do when I'm nervous. And but honestly, we both felt like we'd known Becca for years.
We talked for about 2.5 hours.
I think so.
Yeah.
And she just was just so lovely. And it's, sometimes you just meet those people that make you feel like you've known them forever, and it's like you're catching up with an old friend. And she really had that effect on us. So I'm sure we'll get to know Becca a lot more over the years, and we look forward to hopefully meeting her one day. But that was a lot of fun. Like I said, we rabbited on, or I rabbited on anyway through that. So hopefully you'll see a little bit more about Brad and I, and what our background is, and what a little bit about our life. So yeah, so we'll put the link to Becca's FlossTube. I'm sure you all know who she is anyway, but that'll be down below, and keep an eye out for that in the next day or so to drop. So that was a lot of fun. So that was pretty much our last 3 weeks. Dyeing, designing, stitching, interviewing, basically packing orders. I'm looking around because the boxes are everywhere. So waiting for the mum to come pick them up in the morning. So, yeah.
So Expo.
Yeah.
So everything's all gearing up now for Expo. So it's next weekend. So your local stores hopefully will be coming and buying some of our lovely things that we've prepared for you.
We'll be sending the pre-order mail out tomorrow.
Yeah, so the pre-order mail out, we're going out tomorrow to all the stores with all our releases. But we'll give you guys a sneak peek at what we've put together.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to go first, Karen?
Yeah, well, I guess we'll do our designs. Now, we've got a few problems with our designs. The main reason is we don't have access to a framer because we've been in lockdown for 2.5 months. We couldn't have foreseen that this was coming. But what we're hoping to do, we've got some mouldings around the place, and we've got some old frames we're going to repurpose. So hopefully during the week, Brendan's going to frame these for me. So at the moment, I'll just show you that just come back from the model stitches. 2 of mine are still at the model stitches, as I said, but both will be back before Expo. What we will do though is, as I get to those, we'll just insert a photo of like the screen capture from my design program, and also a progress photo. Thank you so much to our 3 model stitches. Seriously, I know we seem to do this every time, and we really will be planning better for Nashville Market next year, but these 3 ladies have just gone above and beyond to get this stuff stitched for us, because some of these things I only got to them like 2 weeks ago. So, righto. First one is called Susan Farquharson. I can never pronounce this one. This little one was stitched when this little girl was 9 years old. It's early 1800s, we believe. We're doing some research on her at the moment. It's a simple little sampler. It was stitched by Marg McGorphy in about a week, so thank you, Marg. It's really sweet. I've just got these on boards at the moment because, as I said, I'm just going to fold this back. Actually, I can't. Actually, I might just take it off this board.
I was going to say, just take it off the board.
It's not the best thing. I was just trying to do it so you can see it a bit better. But basically, it's a sweet little red and green sampler with the black letters, Brendan tells me, are for people in her family or friends who had passed away. I didn't realise that, so you learn a new thing. So yeah, so that's a really sweet, quick little stitch. It's stitched on our 40 count baked clay, and Marg stitched, we did it in, a Verissoir 103. First time I've designed anything with 103, and I believe it was beautiful to stitch with. So, yep, so that's one of our releases. Again, we'll show you all these, hopefully fully framed, in our next floss tube, which will make a huge difference to how they look here.
Yeah, once they're stretched.
Once they're stretched, yeah. Now this next one, we've shown you the screen capture before of the original. This was the one that we charted from the back, because it's a Welsh woolwork sampler, circa around 1880. It was just one of those samplers, because it was wool, it was very bright, so the colours had remained on the back, but the front, while they usually fade to like a lovely antique colour, these ones hadn't faded to very pretty colours, so very unattractive colours on the front. So it was either do we take it to a really faded version of those ones on the front, or do we just chart it from the back? And I remember seeing one of Nicola Parkman's videos on Hands Across the Sea samplers. They have the same issue. I think it's an issue for everyone reproducing samplers. Do we chart it from the back? Do we do it from the front? And I believe one of the ones that they did from the back, typically it's from the front, but she sort of said something along the lines of, if that little girl could look down now and look at this reproduction, would she recognise it as hers? And that resonated me with this one. And we thought, no, let's just do it. Let's just do it in the really bright colours. It'll either work for people or it won't. We love it. And again, massive shout out to Jenny Bourne. Seriously, Jenny stitched this in about a week and a half. The stitching's exquisite, and you know, thank you so much, Jen. Again, so this one is Mary Morgan's 1880, and that's her there. So she's very bright, and I think she's very, very beautiful. I'll just sort of try to get that near the screen. So you can see it's very bright purples, very bright greens, aquas, reds, yellows, oranges. It's practically every colour under the rainbow. And exactly the colours that she stitched it in. And stitch for stitch, basically, isn't it, Bryn?
Yeah, it's a beautiful sample, and the colours just make you smile.
Yeah. Yes, that's why I said you'd have a hard time not being happy stitching this one. Jenny had a ball. She prefers to do my original ones rather than samplers usually, but I knew she'd have fun with that one because Jen loves all the bright colours, so I think that helped with the stitching it so quickly, so unbelievably fast. So there are 2 samplers. I've got 2. I've got 3, which once upon a time would have been under Blackberry Rabbit, but are now Fox and Rabbit designs. As you all know, I do a series of insects. We started with the bees, with honeymakers and queen bee. We then did butterfly bliss, the butterflies. We then the dragonflies. That's right, dragonflies next. Then the butterflies, and the one thing that was we were being asked all the time at market last year was, will there be any ladybugs? Now, it could be ladybugs, ladybird, depending on wherever you are in the world. What is it here? Ladybug. I don't know. Ladybug, ladybird. So finally, I got my ladybugs done. So now I've got one. Now, thank you to Naomi Coombs again. She stitched this in about 2 days for me, and Marg McGorphy is stitching the wreath. So we always do like a wreath, like this one. This is Butterfly Bliss. As you can see, it's in a circle, and then we have the Monarch. So they're always in that kind of format. So I do a little one for anyone who doesn't want to do the big ones, and then we always do the wreath. So, oops, let's put those back there. So this is my ladybug. That's called Lady Queen. So she's a sweet little bright one. And the other one is called, Brendan named it, what'd you name it? Ladies That Lunch. And we'll insert a picture here, one of the screen capture, and the second one will just be of Marg's current stitching up to date. She's only had this for about, 5 days, so she's powering through it. So she's over halfway through now. So we'll have that back later in the week. And we'll be able to show that at Expo next weekend. Again, just in this is just a temporary little frame. I popped out Queen Bee and popped this one in just to get us through. The other one that is currently being stitched is Cat Magic, which is our contribution to the Meow the Merrier, which is a follow-on from Moo the Merrier, which was in Expo back in March. So I did a little Halloween cat, and again, here's the insert of where Naomi is stitching it at the moment. She'll have that finished in a couple of days. Again, we'll be able to show you on our next video all of these finished and framed. The only other thing that we had was we have one more sampler that I've been stitching, which I wanted to stitch the sample myself because it's just one of my favourite things that we've ever done. But I've been literally stitching day and night. I have had very little sleep, and we got to the point last night, I think I could finish this in the week, but it's going to be really pushing it. And as Expo goes for us from 3 a.m. in the morning until 10 a.m. the next morning, we need a little bit of a rest later in this week. If last Expo was anything to go by, don't we, Bren?
Yeah, it's going to be a hard couple of days.
Yeah, and the last Expo, Brendan was literally dyeing fabric all day. We were getting no sleep, starting at 3 a.m., finishing at 10, and we were just hitting the wall by the third day. So I thought to myself, well, I will try to finish this one, but if it's not going to be finished in time, I think it'll just be I prefer to take my time, finish it, get it framed properly, hopefully when we get out of lockdown in a week or so, and put it in with our releases for probably, what do you think, Bren, late September, early October. Yeah. I've got some Halloween designs that I'm working on, which won't be Expo, but they will be coming out in about another month or so. So I'll give you a little sneak peek at that one. It really is so beautiful, and as I said, and the border itself, I think it's going to take me at least, a crazy amount of time to stitch because it is beautiful, but I don't want to rush anything. So that's what it looks like so far. It's so pretty. I don't know if you're getting a good look at that, but it's just beautiful. So I think what I'll do, I'm just going to put that aside for the rest of this week, help Bren with the Expo dyeing and everything, and then get back to that after Expo and look at a late September release. When you sort of make a decision, Bren said, well, there's no need to, we've got 5 designs coming out plus 6 linens. I think that one can wait another month or so. And as I said, it's special to me, that sampler, so I don't want to rush it. So there are our charts for Expo.
So as Karen said, we're releasing 6 new linen colours at Expo. I could only find 5 this morning.
Yeah.
I've put one somewhere safe.
Hence the chaos in this house at the moment.
Yeah, you can bet your life it'll actually turn up as soon as we finish recording this. It'll be straight there right in front of our eyes.
Yep.
So I can only show you 5 of the 6 today. Next video we can show you the missing one as well. So the first one we've got, which is a nice plum purple colour.
Good Halloween colour.
Yeah, it's called Tibicina. Karen's actually using this for her cat magic. Yeah, so the little cat chart that she's releasing as part of Expo will be on this linen.
And Tibicina, by the way, I'm assuming it's worldwide, I'm not sure, but it's a beautiful, beautiful purple flowering tree, basically, tree shrub type thing that flowers here every autumn. And it's one of my absolute favourites. So. Yep. And you've seen this one before, but this one is now official.
Yeah, so this is now official now, which is our tornado linen. Yeah. So it's like a taupe colour with dark grey over it. We've got Black Swan. So Black Swan is an almost black linen.
Yeah.
It's a really, really dark charcoal colour.
Good for all those chalkboard series, things like that. Anything that you've got that's white will stand out beautifully on it. And this is my favourite. This is what I've done my...
Could have serged the edges.
I know, it's just a rough piece. Sorry, I couldn't find your actual dyed piece. Yeah. This is what I've stitched the ladybugs on. So
this is the first of the 3 neutrals that we're releasing as part of Expo. This one's called Paper Bark. So it's a really light cream colour with some brown and grey overtones. It's a really, really light linen. It'd be a nice linen for samplers.
And again, that's what the ladybugs are both on. And it's also what we designed this month's project for the Quill Goblins Schoolgirl Sewing Club project. We were the 3rd cab off the rank in their club. So that went out to Stitches this past week, I believe. That was also stitched on paperback. We did a little one called Lucy Radden, 1853. What we will do is we'll insert... We took a little video of the 2 little pieces that we did before it went down to Julie at the Cruel Goblin, just so you could see what it looked like, because obviously we don't have the samples. They're down at they're down at her shop. We'll put that at the end. That way, in case anyone in the States hasn't got theirs yet and they want to be surprised, there won't be a spoiler in the middle of this video. So we'll pop that on at the end. And that was done on paper bark as well.
So the last 2 linens that we've got, and one of them I can't find, are really us formally releasing linens that we actually used to dye.
For years.
Yeah, for Karen's Shop Linen and Threads. But we're actually re-dyeing them now to bring them back. And they're not actually, well, I shouldn't say they're dyed. They're not actually dyed linens, they're stained linens. So the colour in them isn't permanent. So if you do wash them, each time you wash them, they'll get a little bit lighter.
It's semi-permanent though.
Yeah, it's semi-permanent. You won't wash it all out, but just so you know, if you do wash your linens, they will get a little bit lighter.
Possibly. No, possibly, because there was one time I wanted it lighter and I tried to wash it lighter, and Murphy's Law, it wouldn't go lighter. Okay. But yeah, he's right, you wouldn't want to wash them if you want that look.
They're not colour fast.
They're not colour fast, 100%. Right.
Okay. You let me have that?
Yeah, I'll let you have that, not colour fast.
Yeah, so this one here is Duxbury, and the other is Mayflower. So Mayflower is a lighter version of this, and that's the one I can't find. So... These are, as we said, with their stained fabrics, with Duxbury's being the darker of the 2. Mayflower is closer in colour in shade to the paper bark that we showed you before, but still has this staining on it rather than being a more flat colour.
And also what Dutch Beauty is stitched on, that's stitched on Mayflower.
Oh, it is too.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's also your linen for... That actual piece is Brennan's linen for the cryptid sale.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually thinking maybe
Oh,
tornado.
Changing your mind.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
I'm being indecisive. I'm not sure whether I'll go...
Do a floss toss with a lot of black.
Tornado or Duxbury. We'll see.
Duxbury gets my vote, but that's...
You don't have a vote.
I don't have a vote. No. Yeah, so...
Yeah, so there are releases. As I said, we'll be sending information out to all the shops probably tomorrow. And if you like any of the linens or any of the charts, they'll be able to pre-order them from your favourite needlework store.
Yep. And again, hopefully we'll have those nicely framed and ready to show you properly next video.
Yeah.
Because if we ever do reopen again, hopefully. Well, at the worst case scenario, Brent's going to have to frame them. And that's another reason we need a bit of time later this week in case Brent has to frame them for me. So, well, you will have to frame them for me.
For you.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Expo, counting down.
Yeah, so stitching. Well, I've done none.
And with the exception of that sampler, I've done very little either. But I did get a start on my cryptid sale. And seeing as now I'm not going to have sleepless nights getting that sampler ready for Expo, I think I will go back to stitching this one so I can get the border done for the 1st of September when the first cryptid comes out. And that means later in the week you'll probably have time to get started too.
Yeah, I'll probably start tomorrow.
Yeah. Oops.
Once I decide which fabric to do it on.
Throwing things all around the place. Where's mine? Oh, here we go. So, I decided... Thank you so much for everyone who weighed in on should I go with the suggested, what was it, Old Salem by Primitive Hair, which I absolutely love and will use for something else, or the red that Bren did especially for me. I decided to go with something a bit different and I went with the red. So it's not much of a start, but at least it's a start.
It's bigger than my start.
It's a lot. Yeah, so... It's not showing really true to colour there, I don't think, but I think the black's showing up really nicely on that. So I am loving stitching this. I was finding it hard to put that down and go back to the sampler. So now that the sampler will be a little bit later, I can start stitching that again. So that's really exciting, and I'm just so anxious to see the first cryptid. We both are. So that was that plus the sampler are my only stitching this last 3 weeks, which is really rare for me. I usually have a million things on the go. But as I've been saying to everybody, as soon as Expo's over, I get all my new starts done. So that's exciting. So that's all I've been stitching on. But do you want what plans we've got for stitching?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do that first?
So I've still got my mermaid to finish. I've got to pick her back up. She's over half done now.
Yep.
So I've got probably a week worth of stitching to finish her. And I want to get her done. And I'm also going to start, once I decide on what fabric, the cryptid stitch along from Witchy Stitcher.
Yeah.
See if I can get that frame done before she releases the first of the cryptids.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of frames finished out there. So, and there's some awesome colours. Brent probably hasn't had a chance to look at the hashtag. I think it's hashtag cryptid sale or creepy cryptid sale. So yeah, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
And they look, it really is beautiful, that border. But I don't know, I think I might have mentioned in previous FlossTubes, I hate stitching borders. That's why that sampler of mine, I'm just like, ugh. But I hate stitching them, but I love looking at them. So I kind of like to get all of my border stitching done. So the way this sale's working suits me down to the ground because I get the border done, which is the part I like the least, and then the fun stuff in the middle. So that's why I'm really looking forward to getting that finished. Righto, and by the way, that's another beautiful. That's what my beautiful sample that I'm stitching at the moment is. Another beautiful Stitch Folk bags from Barry. Love, 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 love that. So I'll pop that back there. Okay, so I'm very excited because during the week, this is probably part of the haul as well, but I'll show you because it's also my plans for stitching. I actually received this in the mail, which I'm just, oh my God, I can't remember I've been so excited about a chart. I think I was telling Becca about, I'll let you have a look at the interview we did with Becca to see my background with penguins, but I'm very, very excited to stitch that. It comes with the beautiful Leo and Roxy threads. Now, I don't know where I've been, but I've not heard of these threads before, but they are just divine. So I cannot one of them's in my room. I think I've left one off my ring, but I can't wait to start stitching that. This is from Modern Folk Embroidery, and oh, Evertote. Oh my gosh, I just completely blanked. So it came from Evertote and was designed by Jacob at Modern Folk Embroidery. Check out his video on the story behind it. It's just so much fun. Now I've got to decide what to stitch it on. So I was leaning towards our eucalyptus, because I think both the white and the black will stand out on that. You like that one, baby?
Yeah, that just look nice.
But I know there's been another couple of suggestions, as I've been asking on Instagram and stuff. Michelle Bendy Stitchy, she suggested our dragon fruit, which would also be very punchy and bright. So there's that one. And I even thought about possibly our Waratah, which is red. I just wanted to stand out. I could also just stitch it on one of our neutrals, I know that, but so let me know what you think. Eucalyptus, Waratah, or beetroot. I will be putting my first stitches in that the minute Expo is done. I can't wait. I'm so excited about that one. So yeah. So it's called Ruskin's Penguins from Modern Folk Embroidery and available through Evertote. Okay, so that's it. Now, I obviously will be getting back, again, another bag from Stitch Folk. I'll be getting back. I haven't done any more on this, but my priority now is going to be getting back to my... I know.
To the cursed sampler.
To my cursed sampler, which is Carol and Amelia Trowell. Everyone in my stitching sale group is almost finished that. So I that'll be a priority for me now. So I want to... my sale group is all due to finish that. I think it's around about the 12th or 15th or something of September. I think there's 2 more weeks of stitching assignments left on that one. So yeah, I've got a long way to go to catch up. So I will try. Now my other ones that I want to start.
Lily's just woken up.
Lily's just woken up. Yes, if you hear that crying out there. Oh no. Okay, other things I have got kitted up. Well, actually, I've got to pick the lid for this. I think I'm going to get Brent to dye me a piece of paper bark for this. As I said, I'm just loving paper bark at the moment. It's just, I think it's going to be my new favourite neutral. But I've got, and I think Carol Saltbox Stitcher has started this one, and it's so beautiful. I showed you this one before. It's called Raven Bewitched. Raven Bewitched by the Blackbird Designs. And they're the divine colours. Look at that. They're just beautiful. If you just do a little twist. The colours are just divine. So I want to put that into my Halloween rotation. And when our sale is finished with my group, we're going on with another one. A couple of people had already stitched this one, so there's going to be 2 in the rotation. I'm going to have a go at doing both because I won't have the restraints of market getting in my way. But the first one we'll be starting, again, I think this is mid-September. We're starting My Heart Can Rest by Blackbird Designs. And again, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to put this one on Hog Bristle. But they're the beautiful colours that are in that one. So that's what I'm going to be starting. And the other one, and again, this technically is included in what our new arrivals are, if I can find it. Where's my... I'm looking for my... Sorry everyone, just watch this space. Hang on a second. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Oh, sorry, you can tell this is just pretty much our last 3 weeks, isn't it, Bren? Just all over the place. This one arrived from Traditional Stitches and it's exclusive for their 20th year anniversary. I know you've all seen this out there, but we're also starting this one too, which is What Remains is Love. Cannot wait for this one. So I went with the beautiful, beautiful silk pack from Fibres to Die For, and it's just beautiful. Look at those colours. I can't wait to stitch with those silks. I'm not sure. I'm still auditioning fabric, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with our ballet slippers for that one because I think those colours will stand out beautifully on ballet slippers. So that again will go into a rotation with my Heart Can Rest with my stitch along group. So I'm really excited about those ones. And so they're going to be my starts. I also want to, I've got charts going everywhere. I also want to start in my Halloween stitching. I've shown you this one before, but it's my Salem Remembered. My beautiful unicorn that Paulette sent me, which I can't wait. I need to get this stitched. So, and they're the three, I think they're three. I've got one Silken Colours, one Classic Colourworks Belsoir, and a Gloriana, because a couple of the colours that this was originally used by the Primitive Stitch are now discontinued. So those three colours will go into that one. Can't wait to start that one. I've got stuff everywhere here, Brendan.
Yeah, it's going to take
so they're my basic stitching plans. Yours is to finish your mermaid and to start the cryptid sale. I think the cryptid sale is going to keep us all busy for a little while yet. So,
yep, the next 6 months at least.
Well, is that what we're going through? What we bought?
Well, I bought nothing, so.
Well, how about we do Stitchy Kindness first then, because I don't want to talk for the whole video.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've had some. Well, besides our
beautiful
t-shirts, we've had. Well, I've had a few little gifts that have come through. Our friend Nia, who's down in Victoria, she's also in lockdown. She sent me some cryptid thread keeps. So I've got a Loch Ness Monster and 2 Bigfoots. Or Big Feets, I don't know.
Bigfoot.
Plural
I think it's Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Bigfoots. I don't know.
Bigfoots.
Definitely not big feet.
I've got 2 of them anyway.
Yeah.
And along the same vein, Vicky from Stitch and Button, she sent me some vinyl decals for the. I'm going to put these on the car. Karen doesn't know that yet. So I've got a couple of Bigfoots.
Yeah, I don't know about that first one. With excuse the little hand signal. They're all 3 different ones. I was going to say.
We'll censor it.
Oh dear!
Yeah.
Blur that finger out.
So thank you, Vicky.
Yeah, Bren was thrilled with those.
Yeah.
So.
But we also got.
Oh yeah, this is huge.
A big surprise.
Yeah.
And these are all the boxes that
arrived on our doorstep.
That came. And these are all from Cottage Garden Threads. So Cottage Garden Threads is a thread company in Australia. They're based in Melbourne. And they dye the most beautiful variegated threads.
Yep.
So, I don't know if you can see. So they're actually exquisitely dyed threads. So we're actually...
and they're not a new company. They've been in Australia now for, I'm not actually sure how long, but at least 5 or 6 years, probably longer.
Yeah. So they've sent us the whole range.
Probably a lot longer than that, actually.
Of their amazing threads. So every time you open a box...
it's just...
Yeah, you find another treasure trove of actually stunningly beautiful
threads.
There's
over 500 colours that they've just sent us as a designer program.
Yeah. So Karen thinks these are hers, but I've already hidden them. So I've bought them out for this video, and they'll go back to where
Bigfoot's
I'm
hiding them in his office. They're behind many of the Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is just It's just.
Yeah. So there's just.
There just are no words, honestly.
So this whole box is just full of beautiful threads.
Like, I mean, look at that one. That one's just called Pansy. Look. Oops, I caught it on them. Look how beautiful that is. Just stunning. And then they've got ones that are kind of more tone on tone, which we'll probably tend to design a lot more with, but yeah.
So we're actually partnering with Cottage Garden Threads, and we'll be bringing out some designs using these threads over the next couple of months, or actually the next couple of years going forward.
Yeah.
We understand that they're not as easily available overseas at the moment, although hopefully there's plans to expand the distribution of the threads.
Yeah, Katie was saying that they don't want to sort of, the plans are certainly to expand into the United States, but they want to make sure they're ready and geared up, ready for it when they do. So hopefully not too long.
So we'll be including those threads as part of the packs that we release with them. So there'll be packs and threads.
Yeah. So we'll either have a pack that the shops can wholesale from us, or if it's in the case of maybe just a few threads used in each design, we will do like Jeanette Douglas does. There'll be a full thread list, say it's General Art, whatever, but we will actually twist up a little piece and put it in with the chart. So there'll either be the chart pack available wholesale for the shops who want to buy it wholesale from us, as well as the chart, or they'll be included with the chart. That's the only way we could think of to get around it, because we know there's nothing more frustrating, especially in the States, Europe, than not to be able to get the called for threads. And we know that. As a shop, we know that as well. So the shops will be able to buy them. So whatever threads we use in our designs, they can also buy those wholesale when they buy the charts off us. So that's a bit exciting, isn't it, Brendan?
Yep.
Amazingly generous, Katie. Thank you so much. We can't wait to start designing. Brendan's just can't wait for Expo over, because he said he just wants to get them all out, put them on the thread rings, and just start designing. I'm pretty sure that the freebie next year will definitely be designed in something in there. So
yeah,
along with our other ones.
They're actually beautiful threads, and I'm grateful to receive them, and I'm sharing them.
Okay, fine. Well, then you can just design them then.
I'll just sit there and look at them.
I was going to say, it'll be just like everything else in Brent's office. They'll be sitting and looked at. No, they are. It was incredibly generous. And, as have General Art, Classic Colourworks and Weeks Dye Works, they have all sent us designer rings as well. It's just, we're very, very, very grateful.
Yeah, so look at the amazing colours. That one's called Sprinkles.
Yeah, there's some amazing ones. And a lot of them are very Aussie names, which is cool.
And there's Sherbet. Lichen. I don't know which ones I'm going to use to design. There's just so many beautiful ones.
I don't know where you even start. I guess we get them all on the... Oh, look at that one there. Look at that one.
And Blue Moon.
Good bushfire. Look at that bushfire.
Yeah, that one's beautiful.
You can tell we haven't had a chance to go through them ourselves yet. Just arrived during the week, and we just thought we have to put this aside and look properly after we get Expo done and dusted. So
that's beautiful too. Ashdale. Yeah. So we've got about, I think, 400 threads
490, here. 520, something like that. It's every range from their signature ranges through to all their specialty ranges. So we're still a little bit in shock. So I'm just so glad we're able to work them. We've been wanting to work with them for years, but because of them just not being available readily in the United States, we just couldn't. We were just worried about doing that. But now that we've worked our way around it, problem solved. We can wholesale it along with our charts. So yeah, until such time, obviously, as Katie. Cottage Garden threads are available readily in the United States. I don't think that'll be that far off the way they're going. So
yep.
I know there's a lot of thread ranges to pick from out there, but these are just beautiful.
So I'm just going to hide those again.
Yeah.
So Karen can't find them and steal them.
Thinking during the week, where did those boxes go? Brent said, they're safe, don't worry. So that's going to be, again, unboxing all those will be a fun thing to do as soon as Expo. It's one of the fun things we're leaving till after Expo when we've got time to really sort through and just make some mental, thoughts about what, as we see colours, what they might be potentially used for. So
yeah, and we'll have our first design using these out in the next 2 months probably.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be starting on one of mine as soon as we get Expo out of the way. Probably something Halloween.
You won't be starting on them because you're not allowed to touch them.
Okay. Anyway, we'll see. Yeah, so was that all your stitchy kindness?
That's all mine, yeah.
I think that was mine too. Oh, with the one the Vicky also sent. Where are my stickers gone? Here we go. So our friend Nia, who sent Brendan those beautiful thread minders.
The big feets. And the Loch Ness Monster.
She has, oh, actually, that's a new, we'll do that with things we've bought in a minute. You have bought something this last week. This is a beautiful card that she sent us with the gifts. Just beautiful. But she has bought a Cricut machine. So she's having so much fun. And look at this beautiful one she made me. Well, clearly it's a bee in a hive. I didn't know much about Cricut machines until Nia started playing with hers. So again, I think we're a bit late to the party with this one.
Yeah, she convinced me to buy one.
Yes. So Brendan, and his love of all things gadgets, now has one. And he's not allowed to unpack it until all these fabrics were out to the shops and Expo was done. So it's still, that's his reward for when we get past Expo.
It's still sitting on the floor in my office in the original shipping box it came in. I haven't even opened the shipping box.
I'm still stunned that he hasn't opened it, because Brendan, anyone who knows Brendan knows how much he loves gadgets. That's his thing. So for that all to be sitting in there, unpacked, I would have put money on that not happening. So, yeah. Now this next thing Nia gave me, I'm also a patchworker, which I haven't done much of lately. This is we've been thinking about doing something similar to this too, project in a card type thing, but we'll tell you about that in the coming months. But this is by Wildcraft Farms. So what happens is you get this beautiful little picture of the project in a card. It's a normal sort of, and then, well, I don't need to show you, but the pattern comes in the card. So all I have to do is put the supplies to it. And I do love owls. So yeah, so that was very, very cute. And I will start that one. And Vicky, now one of the things I actually purchased was from Stitch and Button, from Vicky Gable. But I want to start One Nation. This has been a chart I've loved for years. It's One Nation by Bygone Stitches. You can buy that directly from them as a PDF. The plan for me, I want to start this one. This is also going in my rotation soon. I plan to have this as a work in progress that'll go on for many, many years, because I want to stitch each state as I've either visited them or as we visit them. So far I've got to count them up, but I've got a fair bit to start on, because I think we've visited about 38 states in the United States. So I've got about 38 that I can actually stitch now. And every year when Brett and I go over, we over once or twice a year, COVID permitting. So each time we go, we usually try to tick off a few more states, don't we, Bren? I think last year we did Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Nebraska. I think we ticked off about 6 last year. So what I wanted a cool project bag. And when we were doing one night with, I think it was the, what's the Friday night stitch thing? Virtual Stitches. Vicky showed me this project bag that she has. And so I ordered one. So I thought that's rather appropriate for that to go in. It's all very sparkly, very cute. Love the little needle, the little zip pull. So yes, as that's got all the states on it, I thought that was an appropriate chart bag for my One Nation to go in. So I want to start that in the next couple of weeks. So I'll show you that as it comes to life in the coming weeks. But she also popped in, along with Brendan's Bigfoot sticker things, she also, I love Mothman. So that's my go-to cryptid. I also love butterflies. So she sent me these little, I think they're stickers, aren't they?
Yeah, they're stickers.
I wasn't sure if they were iron-ons, but they're actually stickers. So how cool is that? So Vicky, thank you very much. We'll put Vicky's details below. She has amazing project bags and stuff as well. So yeah, so thank you very much, Vicky. That arrived during the week. We've only been able to go out every once in a while to check the mail. So some things have just been waiting there, and mostly the mailman comes to us just with this whole lockdown thing. So, and I just remember there's one other thing I wanted to start too. Brenda from Brenda and the Serial Starter, she mentioned that she was starting one by, I am just hopeless today, by Tanya Brockmeyer of the Scarlet House, and I can't find the chart. Oh, isn't that ridiculous? Don't worry about it. I'll show you that next time. I've got the beetroot linen that she's stitching on. I can't remember. I thought I was always going to stitch this particular one on our Waratah because Tanya originally did the one. I'll actually get Brenda to put a picture of the project in here. And I was going to do it on our Waratah because it's a red for red, basically. I don't know what Tanya originally used, but we thought we'll put it on Waratah. But Brenda has it kitted up in our beetroot. And I've been wanting to stitch something on beetroot for ages, just didn't know what to stitch. It's one of your favourites, isn't it, Brenda?
Yeah.
So I'm going to kit that up in the next couple of weeks and start that one on beetroot. So Brenda, I'll stitch that one along with you. So yeah, just remember that one. So that's all my gifts, I think. All the nice things that people have. As I said, we're thrilled to bits with our t-shirts. And the only... Oh, no, it's actually, technically it's not. I actually have also received, as you all know, we run that unicorn group on Facebook. So many people are being united with their unicorn charts. It just makes us so happy. It really, really does. One lady emailed me and said that she'd been searching for 15 years for a particular chart that was out of print for that long, and a lady had either loaned it to her or given it to her, and she was just thrilled, wasn't she, Bren?
Yeah.
So my lovely husband is responsible for one of my unicorns. He found on eBay for me. Now this one, Michelle Benny Stitchy has just finished this one, but this has been one of my unicorns for years and years. It's called Happy Heart Sampler by Birds of a Feather, which is that one. And Brendan surprised me with this one. Obviously not the cheapest chart in the world, I don't believe, but the good news is it did come with all the called for threads.
It's rude to ask how much gifts cost.
So yeah, so that was exciting. And you know what, as soon as I've stitched that, that'll be up to pass on to somebody else, because once I've stitched them, that's it. So, but yeah, it comes with all the called for threads. So Bren finally found that one for me on eBay. So thanks, baby. And two others that I received. I've got about 6 of my unicorns on the way. I'm just incredibly grateful. But this one particularly came all the way from Susan in the United States. This one is Blackbird's Winter Delivery. I'm going to stitch that one obviously on our Waratah linen. And Quaker Garden, so thrilled to get this one. I can't even believe it's in my hands. It's just beautiful. So I will get those stitched up and back to her as soon as possible. She said there's no hurry, but you know, as I've said to everybody else on the group, you know, if you've got a couple of charts or one chart on loan, please try to stitch it as quickly as you can and get it back to that incredibly generous person. I will make working copies while I have them here in my hands, which obviously will be destroyed once they go back to the generous person that gave them to me. So they will be kept very safe here and in good condition before they make their way back to the United States. So thank you so very much. Just thrilled to bits. It's just hard to believe that they're sitting here in your hands when they've been on your wish list for so long. I'm just talking so much because I think I've done all the stitching and the buying this week. I've bought a few things.
Well, I've only been dying.
Yes, look at Brendan's delightful arms. He gets in trouble when he gets it on his skin because it scares me that he's going to get some weird bloody thing. Now. So hopefully he can when we can get our lockdown, he can get his new gloves that go further up his arms, because it really worries me.
It looked like you beat me up the other day.
Yeah, he did. He looked a bit black and blue. So, purchases.
I've had none.
You've had none. He literally has been out the back dying until, it's still not daylight savings here and it's still winter technically. So he's literally been getting up in the morning and he's been out the back dying until 9, 10 o'clock at night. So he's done an amazing job. All righto, but because I was serging for most of the week, because that's the other thing that held us up, because I'm the only one cutting and serging at the moment due to our lockdown, it's just been a lot of late nights serging and dyeing, which means I've been influenced by quite a few people on FlossTube. Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery brought out his Dark Crosses series, so I've got several of them, but the one I just cannot wait to start, it's so fabulous, because I love Edgar Allan Poe, and it's called Edgar Allan Poe Spirits of the Dead. that will go on one of our new linens. I'll probably do that on your Duxbury, I think, Bren. Mm-hmm. And I wish I had more of this Leo and Roxy black. If there's anything left over from my penguin, I would love to stitch that with it, but I don't.
There's not enough.
Well, I don't know. Oh, it depends on whether it was stitched on. Is it 40 count? Or was it stitched on? Yeah, see, that was stitched on 32 count linen. So I'll probably do my penguin on 40 count, which means I should only need half the threads, which means I should have enough black left over for that one. But I'll obviously do my penguins first because I don't want to run the risk. Because I just think that black is perfect. It's beautiful. It's close to being a true, like a black, but that 310 can be that harsh kind of black. This is like just slightly off. So if there's any of that left, I will stitch Spirits of the Dead with that one. Another one I bought, this was from Stitchy Princess on Etsy, and this is Baba Yaga the Flying Witch. I think this is an older one, but love that one. You can tell I'm getting my Halloween stitching on. I love Halloween. Love Halloween stitching. Another one from Stitchy Princess is called, well, I thought this was so much fun. I thought you'd like to stitch this one. This one's called Witch's Bathroom. And it's got a lot of orange and lime in it, so I thought Bren would like that. It is so, so cute. And the Witchy Stitcher had a sale on this week, so one of the ones I got from her is called The Witch is In. Should be a fairly quick stitch too. That's a cutie. Love, 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 love that one. And that was what I purchased, but there we go. Entwined Hearts. That's what, I knew it was here somewhere. That's the one that I will be putting on our beetroot, I think. I'll do a floss toss, but I think that's going to look beautiful. I knew it was there somewhere. And one other quick thing I thought I'd tell you about, just during the week, Teresa Kogut released a freebie, which I think is just so gorgeous. You'll find it on Teresa's website, teresakogut.com. It's called Kindness is Free, and I just think the world needs a lot of kindness at the moment. So I thought that is very timely little one to stitch, and I think it's beautiful. I might put 2 dogs in there rather than a dog and a cat though, because we have 3 dogs, but
2 dogs and a rat.
2 dogs and a little rodent at the moment. So yeah, so they're my purchases. What else, baby?
That's it.
Is that all?
I said I bought nothing.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I beg your pardon. I did buy something quite some time ago. This company is called Spoonflower, and again, we'll put the link in the details in the comments below, in the details below. This is a company that they dye the fabric to order, and I'm going to make a project bag out of this because I'm actually doing a series of designs with fireflies in them at the moment, and it's called Spoonflower, and they actually dye it when you place the order, and then it ships out of Germany.
I think they print it, not dye it.
What did I say? Dye it, did I? Sorry, they print the fabric until I've got everything on the brain. And and it's all little beautiful fireflies in jars. So I'm going to make a project bag out of that to go with my new designs as they come out. So yeah, so that was cool. So yeah, and I think it supports different designers have their designs printed on fabric through this company. It's really cool. So not only are you getting a lovely fabric that you like, you're supporting an artisan as well. So I got a personal email from the person whose design this is to thank me for choosing her fabric, and so spoonflower.com I think it is, but we'll put those details below. So that's nice. I will work on that soon. And I didn't think we had much to talk about today, but it feels like it's all me because Bren's just been so busy.
Yeah, but we need to introduce everyone to Miss Lily.
Yes.
So I might just go and get Miss Lily.
Do you want to go and get Miss Lily?
So everyone, this is the new addition to our family. This is little Lily.
And this obviously is Peaches.
Yeah. So Peaches is trying to be Lily's big sister, But they're still getting to know each other. And there's been a few little
scraps,
disagreements. Lily has those little sharp needle puppy teeth at the moment, so they hurt when she latches on, and she's...
Brendan looked up last night to see when do babe puppy teeth go, and it's at 12 weeks, so we've got 2 more weeks, almost 2.5 weeks to go before those little puppy teeth start to fall out, and we're counting the days for that one.
Yeah.
And that's our beautiful Whippet walking around, but he's too big to pick up, so that's our Jimmy.
Yeah, he weighs about 40 pounds, so he's a bit big to lift up. Yeah, so this is Miss Lily.
That was a big yawn.
She's now part of the family. You'll be seeing her going forward as she grows, hopefully, and gets some Whippet legs and a Whippet nose.
They're starting to grow. Her little nose is starting to grow, so Peachy's very disinterested at the moment. So that's been the biggest thing that happened to us in the last few weeks. So, sorry if we sound like we're raving a little bit today. As I said, it's been a long couple of weeks, and we're both extremely tired. And as soon as Expo's over, we're going to have a long sleep before it all starts again, and Brendan starts dying all over again. So, So we will be back on our normal schedule, so it'll obviously be a different Sunday now, so it'll be 2 weeks from this Sunday we will be back, hopefully with a very successful expo under our belt. We'll have everything properly framed and ready to show you.
Maybe.
We hope. And hopefully, God willing, we'll be out of lockdown by then, so we'll be a lot more refreshed, so we can go out and read a book in the sunshine, which will be nice. And so... back to work today, get the last of these orders packed up and ready to go first thing in the morning. Someone's very tired. So thank you for joining us again. We're just shy of 6,000 subscribers, so thank you so much. If you like what we're doing, please like and subscribe. Pop over and like our Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. Don't forget, at 10,000 followers, we're giving away this beautiful antique sampler that we've reproduced. So like and subscribe, and that's about it.
Yeah. See you in 2 weeks' time.
See you in 2 weeks' time.
Thanks.
Have a great week, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so this is Lucy Radden, 1853. That's the thread keeper, and this is the little adapted pincushion.